Hi everybody, welcome back. Just wanted to do an update on the orchids today. And we recently had rain, so things are looking pretty good. Let's start in the outdoor shower. Ahead of me right here is my deciduous dendrobium wall along with a few other orchids. And then on this side is the variety of orchids. Not any particular category. And on the right side, just smaller ones. This is a phylum or a phylum, and it is growing pretty lush this year. This is, let's see, this is, I think these are keikis of a phylum. And then this is CALiMAGic. And this is anosmum, little sweet scent. And this is another anosmum, actually a nester, I'm sorry. Yeah, dendrobium nester. And this pot has two types of keikis, anosmums and I believe CALiMAGic. And this one, just a new deciduous dendrobium and more just regular mini dendrobiums around here. And this poor thing is mini purple. I'm trying to get it back to health. And these are the keikis of mini purple, dendrobium mini purple, and then two wrinkle stylus. And you are getting a sneak peek on a new orchid, David Sanders, right here. Okay, now we turn to the right on the longer side walls. We have more dendrobiums. This is a nobile hybrid, I believe. And then this one is bracteosum and oncidium. And this one, it suffered from spider mite, lost all its leaves, so I am trying to grow back some of the little keikis that I see on the sides. And let's see, yeah, two sick dendrobiums down here too. And this is a nobile hybrid. And some of those bag babies from Lowe's up there. This is another dendrobium that I am recuperating. And some brassavolas. And then some new orchids on the right. And then this one is Signotes Wine Delight. And the poor thing had suffered from dehydration while I was gone. And spider mites also got the best of it. But it is growing something new at the base right here. Now, if it's a bloom spike, I'm going to have to cut it off, so we'll wait and see. It's too stressed to bloom. Then on this wall are mini various orchids. They're all seedlings, I believe. Let's see, up top, two cattleyas and one brassavola. And then that one is new. You'll see an unboxing of that one soon. Let's go around to the pond area. My vandas are recuperating also from the heat and from being gone for a while. I've been soaking them in this tub right here every so often. And I think it's starting to unwrinkle and stiffen back up some of the leaves now. So hopefully it's catching up to be rehydrated again. And we're expecting rain again for the next 2 days, so that's going to help a lot. We have bloom here. This is Dendrobium Dang, D-A-E-N-G. And this is Dendrobium Royal Genting. And I think it's either bloomed second or third time just this year already. And back there, it's a epidendrum hybrid. And then a coconut orchid here, and then a nobile. This one is Dendrobium Blue Twinkle, and it is blooming for the second time this year, or will be blooming. And this is where it bloomed this earlier this spring or late winter, I couldn't remember. And this poor Dendrobium, I know it looks like it's very healthy because of all this spike is coming up right now. It's stressed, and this is what it looks like when it's blooming. But I have rotted 2 of their new kings, and unfortunately I don't see another new king coming up. So this might be its way of showing its stress, is doing all the spike. Here's a Rhynchostylus down here, doing very well. And some of the bag babies that you've seen a while ago. And this is a FDK After Dark. I'm expecting a much bigger pseudobulb than last year, and this was the pseudobulb from last year. It was pretty big already, and we've gone through about 2/3 of the growing period. We've got about 1/3 left before it produces a bloom spike in October. And next is an encyclia that's growing like crazy. I think I've gotten 5 new pseudobulbs this year from that. And there is my mound of nodosa, and a Cattleya back here with the bloom sheath starting out. And more Brassivola here, Dendrobium farmeri in front of us here. And it has been so hot in Texas here that I have had to even protect these young orchids from the morning sun. So I've dropped down the shade cloth on the other side. And here is a picture from a couple of weeks ago with the sun beating on the orchids. I should have had the shade cloth drop down sooner. I've only pulled it down a couple of days ago, and I've forgotten that I had that option available to me. This is the side that I get morning sun from on my left, and then on the other side I get an afternoon sun, and I just have to extend that shade cloth to the right a little bit. And here's another one that I have to update you on. It's Meltassia Shalobtokian. This is one of the treasure find that I had from William's collection. This is the only one that I have with my collection. I felt that it was safe. It didn't seem to have any issues. So I can't wait for it to bloom. And over here we have an evergreen Dendrobium, and I think some slug got a hold of the top leaf over here and made a hole in it. I believe there's a new growth down here. Here we go. Let me see if I can remove that dead leaf off this Brassivola hybrid here. And I remember this one is LC Mini Purple. And the roots on this Pachar Delight is growing back real nicely. It was, before I bought it, somebody had chopped a lot of the roots off. Okay, let's swing over to the big round table. This is Doriitis pulcherrima, and it's got a bloom spike, and I have this in potting soil because it actually likes that. And over here I have one of William's orchid. It's I believe it's Eria, E-R-I-A. I don't know specifically which Eria. The tag had Sharpie writing on there, and it got washed away for a long time now. Here is a bloom bud coming out, so we'll be able to see what the bloom looks like, and hopefully that'll help us identify which Eria it is. And this one now is Dendrobium Sherry Abe, a very long time bloomer. It's been blooming since April 29th. That's when I brought it back, I believe. And here is another no ID dendrobium from William that is blooming right now. And it's got a new growth on the base right here. And I have the rest of William's orchids down on the ground level right here across from my pond area. So this gets shade also from the sun. Let me get this cloth curtain off orchids right here. This makes it a lot easy for me to move everything at one time if there's sun issues. I've got a lot of them pot and hanging baskets. As you can see right there, that's how I was able to cram in 10 orchids at a time in some cases in a hanging basket. And here is some of the dendrobiums towards you right here. Some new growth. Let me see if I can point some out. This one, this king was down here when I got it back, and then now it's taller, much taller. And then here are some of the larger ones. And let me see if I can identify some new growth. Here's some right here. It's got a sheath in there. Here's another one. And it's the sheath in that one too, I believe. So I think they're doing pretty good, especially seeing new growth. That means the roots are hopefully growing in, and so it's letting it establish itself in that pot and give us some new growth. Now, this one was also a treasure find, and it is getting plumped, thank goodness. And this one has been in my collection for a long time now. It's a den fowl, and it's had a little bit of spatulata in its mix, and lots of new bloom spikes coming up. This one here, and another one right up here. And this gets a lot of sun. It gets about 3 or 4 hours of morning sun, so you can see there's some leaf, little bit burn marks here, and then a little bit of yellowing of too much of sun as well on this side. Here's another spike here. And it blooms multiple times a year. It does it in the winter as well. Here's a new growth, and it gets so tall I have to put it on a tomato cage to keep it contained. And I put it in a terracotta pot to keep the weights from leaning over. And this one is a collection of 6 or 7 dendrobiums from William that I potted all together. We've got some new growth right here, and another one, really tall one right here. Alright, let's come over here towards the shade garden area, and I have my cymbidium malleifolium, and it doesn't mind the heat at all. It really likes it. Okay, let's go into the kitchen and see how the phals are doing. And these are the mini phals in here, and one dendrobium right here. This is royal chip, I believe. Outside one of the kitchen window are 2 large phalaenopsis that a neighbor brought over because they finished blooming, and the neighbor didn't want them anymore. Now I have them underneath an overhang, so they are protected from rain as well as sun. And then towards the corner window, blooming phalaenopsis, and this one is Phalaenopsis kingbellina. And then 2 of the Arangus from Hausermann. And a mini phal still blooming, and more mini phals here. And then this one is Dendrobium Royal Wings. Okay, that's basically all for this brief update. Just wanted you to see what they look like right now. And we're expecting a lot of rain in the next 2 days. So I hope there won't be too much rotting going on. So we'll see. All right. Well, thank you. I hope you all have a good day. Thanks for joining me on this one.